So right now we're looking at the method of substitution. So I already typed up a couple of these, and it says solve each linear system using the method of substitution. So substitution is exactly what it sounds like. You're substituting one variable's value into the equation. So for equation A, we've got x plus y equals -2, and then y equals x plus 6. So you're going to leave the first x, where you get x plus, and then this part where you're putting in y, you're going to put in the x plus 6. Excuse me, plus 6. So that just substituted in. This right here was just the result of the, oh dear, is the result of this part. So we said this y right here equals x plus 6. So all that will end up being -2. So now when you're solving it, since there's nothing multiplied, there's no coefficient in front of this parenthesis, it's okay to just say it'll be the same without the parenthesis. Technically, you could say there's a 1 here, and then that 1 would distribute and multiply by the x, 1 times 6. Well, that's why we usually don't put 1 there, because 1 times anything is what that anything already was. So then you can combine like terms. So you've got an x plus an x. Just think of it as an apple plus another apple. Well, how many apples do you have? You have 2 apples. Now we're going to add on to that. 6 still equals -2. So now you just follow through the algebra. So you're just going to slowly get rid of stuff. So I guess we'll take it nice and slow. It's going to subtract 6. If you're going to do it from one side, you do it to the other side, because we want to get this 2x all by itself. And that's what will happen, because you got 6 minus 6. That'll end up being 0. So then all you've got on the left will be 2x, and that's going to equal -2 minus 6, which ends up being -8. Now, we're still trying to get this x by itself. So we're going to take this, we're just going to divide the left by 2. Believe me, that's a 2. There's another one. A little bit better. So we've got that 2 divided by 2. Well, that's going to be 1. And so just like up here, how we had that like 1 that we don't bother writing, down here we're going to end up having 1x, but we don't bother writing that either. And that'll equal whatever -8 divided by 2 is, which 8 divided by 2 is 4. And you got to remember, a negative divided by a positive is still a negative. So you end up having x equals -4. But you're not done yet. So you got to go back up to here, because this y equals x, which now we know is -4 plus 6. So y will equal, whoopsie daisy, it's going to get tight, -4 plus 6. I'd have to check with you to see if you knew how to do that, which we could, just to make sure the fundamentals were in place. -4 minus 6 leaves you with +2. Because you had a positive number was the bigger number, 6 and 4, and so the sign will just drop off. Now, if you want to check it, double deck it, let's zoom this out a little bit just so we can see more. Alright, so now I want to check it. And so the way we do it is you take our answer value, that y minus 2 rather, and the x minus 4. And since we used the bottom equation, we already used this one to get the what y equals. And so when we're checking, let me see if there's a way. I'd love to get a different color. I have not tried this yet. Oh, okay, great. Get out of there. So now we're going to use this one in our check. So, back to text. We're going to check with the x plus y equals -2. So now we put in -4 for x. You could do it like this too, just so that you know they're substituted variables. Now y was going to be 2. That's supposed to equal -2. And now just look at it. -4 plus 2, what's that? That's -2. Oh, we'll have to do that later. -2 equals -2. So we have a nice little check. Poof, poof. Yay. I suppose we could go through the second one, though it's just going to be more of the same.